Well. I just barely finished watching the new Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy trailer that was just dropped this morning. Today is Monday, July 6th, and they just dropped a new trailer for the War for Cybertron Trilogy series. And I'm going to be doing a trailer breakdown, so I'm going to break it down, and if you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave a link down in the description below to the trailer itself so you can watch it first before I break this down. So, anyway, without further ado, let's just get right on in to this trailer breakdown. Now first, we open up to an area with a bunch of Cybertronian statues. Now, the only thing that I can concur from this scene is I think this is the gladiatorial arena where Megatron fought. I don't really have any other thoughts on this scene unless it's the Decepticon capital. Now, I believe that this shot right here is meant to be a graveyard for the fallen soldiers of Cybertronians, both new and old, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be having some kind of significant role since this is a war. And then the scene continuing right after this shows Ultra Magnus, which looks like he's meeting up with Megatron for some reason. Which I am going to assume is the spoiler from the spoiler box saying that Ultra Magnus was surrendering. And then we cut to a scene right here where it looks like we have Skytread and Spinister, which is very nice to see those two. I really like both of those cons. And it looks like they're staring over at Prime over there. You can see Optimus Prime right over there. I'm assuming this is just him ambushing them or something like that. I don't really have any other thoughts on this scene other than I like those two characters. The next couple of scenes are kind of gruesome, showing off some dead Cybertronians in the middle of a firefight. I'm assuming this is the mature elements that they were incorporating into the series. The next shot we have here shows off Jetfire along with some of the other Autobots. Now, I believe this is just confirming my theory of Jetfire turning over to the Autobots and whatever, but this tornado that they're staring at, I believe, is a cause of maybe my other theory about the Allspark, which leads me into the next scene. In the next couple of shots, it shows Bumblebee standing in the middle of a firefight, and it looks like he's being empowered with some kind of energy that he can't seem to handle very well, and he's like glowing in something. Like you can see in this shot, he has something glowing inside of him, looks like Matrix power or something, but then in the next shot, it shows his eyes green. I'm not quite sure what this could be, but it could be maybe the Allspark affecting him in an evil way. I'm not quite so sure. We'll have to just see the series. Inside of the next couple of shots, it shows Optimus Prime kind of walking up, and then it cuts to some soldiers and him, and it's basically him monologuing about how he's kind of regretting, or maybe he's part of the cause for bringing Cybertron's end, or bringing his people to extinction. And then it cuts over to our good friend Ratchet, who I was really surprised to see in this trailer. He was talking about how the Allspark is an instrument of power, and also of life. And then Optimus says that if Megatron gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of everything, or we're not quite sure what's going to happen if he's doing it. Which in the next shot shows this scene of some purple energy flowing over the city and landscape, which I'm assuming is Megatron using the Allspark to do something evil. And then at the same time shows a computer screen doing the same kind of wave effect thing going on. And then it cuts to Shockwave, who I was also surprised to see, but also I was surprised to hear his voice. His voice just doesn't sound right to me. I guess I'll just have to see the series to make the most sense of it, but I feel like Shockwave could use a better voice. I don't know, something closer to G1. But anyway, Shockwave mentions about how the Allspark is just a shoo-in for victory, and how if they control the Allspark, it'll immediately let them win. Which brings into the computer screens, showing the Autobots turning into Decepticons on this computer screen. And then we cut to a scene with Optimus running in a battlefield and has Jetfire flying by, which again, I think is Jetfire turning to the Autobot side and he's helping him out. Or maybe he's coming in for an airstrike for the Decepticons, something like that. And then we come to one of the most intense scenes in the trailer where it shows Ultra Magnus being tortured in some kind of way by Megatron, by some kind of red electricity of some kind. Kind of reminds me of that red virus thingy in like the third season of G1 toward the end when Optimus Prime came back and they had that red energy stuff. Kind of reminds me of that. And then we cut to Chromia blasting some Seekers out of the sky, and in the shot just before this, you can see a little bit of side swipe right behind her. And then we cut to Alita 1 hiding behind a rock as she's also blasting at some Seekers as well. And then we also cut to a scene where Jetfire is flying through what I think is that tornado, and he's trying to save Prowl. Now, I don't really know what this has to mean with anything, but that tornado has got to be one of the biggest climaxes of the series. And then as we approach the end of the trailer, it cuts to a scene of Optimus Prime, and then the classic Megatron following right after on the opposite side, almost kind of as if they're staring at each other, but also not at the same time. And then finally it cuts to a scene of Optimus jumping through the air as he's wielding his axe and swinging it around. Then we cut to a shot of Ironhide, what looks inside of the Ark or a rocket of some kind, and he's launching out, which then cuts to a scene of Soundwave staring at some engines that seem to be taking off. I don't know if this is the Ark or if this is like something else, or I don't know. Something of that nature, some kind of spaceship. And then right under the engines, it shows a shot of Optimus and a Megatron having a fight with each other, and they seem to be in a really intense spot. And then we cut to the shot in the trailer that made me go, ooh, when it shows the ground bursting open and Omega Supreme's claw coming out of the ground. I was like, whoa, when that shot came up, and I was just so surprised to see that they're actually involving Omega Supreme in the series. It's going to be really interesting to see Omega in there. And I wonder who's going to voice act him. I wonder how they're going to portray his voice. But anyway, moving into the next shot. The final shot shows Optimus Prime on the ground, kind of going like, ugh, I'm down. And then it shows Megatron going, I will end this war right now. And he pulls out a sword with Jetfire back there, as I'm assuming this is probably him when he's on the Decepticon side still, and Megatron is on the verge of victory as he is about to kill Optimus Prime right in front of their own eyes and end the war with a Decepticon victory. Though I'm sure that doesn't actually happen in the series. I'm sure it's going to change, and there's going to be something last minute that happens, or something that happens to save Optimus's skin. So we'll just see how that kind of portrays into the series. And that's the end of the trailer. And then obviously it just kind of leaves you at the end with the only on Netflix July 30th thing, because, you know, they got to advertise for the Netflix series. But anyway, I'm curious to see how this plays out, because this trailer, I feel like it got me the most hyped out of any of the other trailers. All the other trailers were kind of bland a little bit, like the one at Toy Fair just kind of introduced us to the series and was just kind of warming us up. And then that one trailer that they dropped toward the end of June was kind of like our little teaser just to keep us at the edge of our seats because of that delay that they said that was happening. So they just kind of released a tiny 30-second trailer just to give us a bit of a teaser. And then now that we're in July and we're in the month that it's actually going to be coming out, we just got this trailer, which is now basically making us hyped for the end of the month and is officially making us, you know, wanting to watch this series, which is what they want to accomplish. So to be honest, the series, dang it, what's the word? Their merchandising, their advertising for this series has really gone up a notch. Like, first they only had the one trailer, then they had the Netflix toy line that was a Walmart exclusive, and then that basically felt like it was it. But then they had another trailer, then they had another trailer, then they had those posters, which I will be making a video on. I was actually about to make the video right now, but then the trailer came out and I had to do the trailer breakdown first. So my next video will be on those posters and the theory behind it and all that good stuff. So I'll show off that video a little bit later. Hopefully it gets posted later today or tomorrow. We'll see. But yes, that's basically it for my trailer breakdown. If you want to watch the trailer for yourself, I mean, you should have done it earlier before I started breaking this down. But again, a link down inside of the description below. Maybe you want to watch it again if you've already seen it. Go and watch it again. I love that trailer. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. This has been Prime Bricks. Be sure to leave a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of the videos and other breakdowns and news updates on the series. And even if I do, and even maybe some videos that I might do on other TV shows and topics in the future. So anyway, that's basically it for this video. Thank you all for watching. This has been Prime Bricks. Transform and roll out, and I'll see you all next time.